Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights. Last episode, we've made our way even further into Khoth's Lair, explored through an area that didn't actually seem to have anything for us, but now we've found our way almost there, and we have clues we need in order to deal with him. Let's take a look in these deep caves. From here we'll probably be able to find what we need. A sludgy cavern. Yeah, that's not worrying at all. Of course he has sludgy.
For honor and glory.
A whole bunch of them at that. There's a Death Slot Lord in there.
Rage of the Red Tiger.
Now that's not worrying at all.
For honor and glory. The rage.
Alright, now we need to kill this Death Slad Lord. Which I think we're actually going to be able to do. Okay. That was actually less painful than I expected. And there's another ritual book. Seriously? Another one? We already know how to perform the ritual. This is effectively just another optional area. And it doesn't look like there's even anything else around here, really. I mean, at least we killed an evil creature. That's definitely a plus. Yeah, there's nothing else around here. Just a bunch of slod that we killed. Sloddy. Whatever. I keep forgetting that sloddy is the plural term for it. Wait, what was that? We're only level 15. Huh. I guess I kind of expected we were higher. No matter. Let's head to the next location. The next deep cave. See what's in here. Alright, in we go. Dragon Dungeon. Ah, this is where we're going to be able to do this. That's the Dragon Orb pedestal.
Now
And there's
see
Yanti.
what a true warrior looks like.
That's the blue dragon. So somewhere around here should be the Dragon Orb. That's the pedestal we're supposed to put it. Let me guess, it's in here? Yes, Dragon Sphere. This sphere is roughly the size of an ogre's head and appears to be made of polished black stone, though it is far lighter than one would first expect. The flawless surface is cool to the touch and seems to draw all light into it. Alright then. And as we know from the ritual book that is dropped everywhere, the creature must be lured or trapped within the center of the ritual room and which is there, and the dragon sphere placed on it. But if we kill the dragon first, I think that's what we need to do. I guess I could have touched it first, but too late now. off. There we go. So now that the blue dragon is dead, we put the dragon ore pedestal on here. The dragon ore sphere on the pedestal. Dead dragon sphere. The sphere radiates a powerful heat, and on closer inspection there appears to be a winged shape lying motionless beneath the smooth, dark surface, the captured essence of a dead dragon. That is exactly what we needed. With this, we will be able to greatly weaken Khoth. And now we will be able to deal with him very nicely, I think. So let's go up to Khoth's lair. Well, up then down. He has been doing a lot to try and protect himself. He's got a lot of creatures in order to protect himself. He must have needed a fair bit from his horde, and yet probably still less than everything is worth. Alright then. Right, in we go. Khoth's lair. As expected. Traps. Oh, jeez! He even trapped the doors. He is really serious about his security. Really serious about it. But we found him. You're poisoned? You're poisoned. We'll be fine. Just rest and you'll be fine. Alright then. Khoth.
So, at last you have come. I assume my fire giant servants are dead. No matter. They are of little consequence to me. I can find other servants. Perhaps even you will serve. Come closer. I will not harm you. These last days of the eons of my life pass slowly now, and I would speak with you to break the monotony.
How do you know my name? I am as old as time itself. The infinite wisdom of eternity is mine to command. Your name and your deeds are known to me, Ken Daniels, and I shall remember them long after history has forgotten you. Who are you? I am Khoth, Worm of the North, oldest of the dragons, greatest of the mortal creatures who walk the realms. My power and my knowledge know no bounds. I want to ask you some questions. I am Khoth, the ancient worm. I know much that is hidden. I even know you seek the words of power, remnants of the creator race, so you can save the city you call Neverwinter. Ask your question, Ken Daniels, and I shall answer it, if it pleases me. Tell me about the words of power. The words are ancient, fashioned by the creator race when even I was young. The power of the words is great. Once I even thought their magic could sustain me, though I know better now. Ah, that's why you have one. The magic of the words is not the sort I need to prolong my life, and so the word of power sits in my hoard, as meaningless as all the other material treasures I have collected over eons of time. I know you desire the word, Ken Daniels, and it is of no use to me, so I will give it to you in trade. Trade? What kind of trade? There is only one thing I desire, and that is to prolong my life. I perform dark rituals to feed my essence, and for these rituals I need the eggs of other dragons. Bring me these treasures, and I will give you the word of power. Where can I find these dragon eggs? In the lair of a female dragon, of course. I know there are a few who still dare make their nests in these mountains. Return to me with dragon eggs, and I shall give you the word of power. How do I know I can trust you? Beside me, you are so insignificant that it would be beneath me to betray you. But this is not the assurance enough. You do not have to undertake the task. I can find others to bring me the dragon eggs. I'll think about your offer, but right now I have some more questions for you. Ask your questions, and I shall answer if it pleases me. Tell me about the creator race. This land was not always ice and snow. Once it was steaming jungle, ruled over by a race of powerful, ruthless lizardmen who forced the lesser creatures, all of you humans, dwarves, and elves, to serve them as slaves. But the land changed. The world grew cold. The old ones died out and became a forgotten legend in the mists of time. Now all that remains is the legacy of their glory, the words of power. Do you know anything about Malgrim and his cult? Malgrim and his cult are nothing, a single drop of water in the ocean of history. He dreams of greatness, of the legacy of the creator race and claiming the words of power. But they are the dreams of a fool. His people came to me seeking the word of power, but I sent them away. Malgrim is blind with ambition, consumed by an insane lust for power. I will not deal with a madman. I have too much to lose. What do you mean, too much to lose? My continued existence is my only concern. Malgrim and his followers could not recognize my grandeur. All the same, they possess just enough power to be a threat to me. That is why I sent them away. I have an essence sphere here, if you would like it. Ah, an essence sphere with the soul of a full-grown dragon already trapped within for me to feast upon. Give it to me, Ken, and I shall reward you with a mountain of gold from my vast hoard. I was hoping for a more substantial reward than gold. A powerful magic item, perhaps? You have performed a simple task, Ken. It required no great risk or capabilities on your part. If the gold I offer is not to your liking, keep the sphere for yourself. I can make other orbs and find other servants. Here, take the orb. Here is your reward, Ken. 5,000 gold pieces. Now I must savor the sweet essence of life.
Betrayer, the tainted essence of a dead dragon. Now you will die.
Okay then. And he is now pissed. A little bit of help, and now we must kill a great, angry, ancient dragon who is already very weakened. This is actually not going to be too much of a problem. He's already near death. This works well. Nice attempt, but I'm pretty sure we were able to resist that. And down goes Khoth. With that, he is dead. We have Khoth's head. This is the head of the ancient red dragon Khoth. Though dulled somewhat by his recent demise, his ruby-red scales still possess a luster far deeper than any gem. Khoth's features are forever frozen in an expression of malevolent evil, his enormous jaws curled into a sinister snarl, exposing the beast's razor-sharp fangs. Even in death, the Great Worm's grandeur remains terrible to behold. And we have a key and dragon's blood, which we don't necessarily need, but I'll take it anyway. Why not? Going to rest, just so Dalen can have the rest of his stuff. Now that I look at it, where did that warding stone come from? Or where did it come in use? No big deal. I don't know if any of these are trapped, but let's open them. The Horde of a Dragon. And we've got Kalurdan Smooth Hands Armor. Not useful for us. Next we have 4,500 gold. Potion of Heal. Horde Wilting, Time Stop, and Unidentified Armor. Ooh, that could be useful. This key opens up this. And this must be where we will find the final word of power. And a +3 katana.
The third word is yours, but time is short and Morag stirs. The city you call Neverwinter is under siege. Soon it will fall to Morgrim, and he will possess the Source Stone.
Yes, hello again, Haderline. Source Stone, what's this Source Stone?
Morag was the queen of my people. The Old Ones, the Creator race. It was she who created the Source Stone when the world became cold and the snow covered the land. Morag used the words to put her people into a deep hibernation when the cold winter came, imprisoning the heat of the steam fissures in the magical Source Stone, and her and all her people with it.
Why would she imprison herself inside this Source Stone?
The Old Ones could not survive the coming of the winter storm. Morag sought a shelter where she could escape the death of ice and cold. Within the Source Stone, Morag would gather her strength year after year, century after century. When her power waxed full, we word slaves would awaken the Queen to banish the never-ending winter.
So you think if Morag awakes, she'll turn the north into a tropical jungle?
The Source Stone is buried beneath the streets of Neverwinter. And even in its dormant state, the magical heat radiating from within keeps the city habitable during the coldest blizzards. Imagine what will happen when the power is awakened fully and released. Those who survive the global warming will become slaves to the creators. And I will be bound to the words of power once more. I will not allow this to happen!
So, there you have it. Global warming. Not caused by people, but by a race of lizard people. They've been controlling the government. Wake up, sheeple! Morag was foolish to trust her fate to a group of slaves.
You do not comprehend the magic that once bound the word slaves to the words. We were compelled to obey, even though our masters slept. But Morag underestimated us. Abandoned in the frozen waste, we grew strong enough to free ourselves from our wretched servitude. We scattered the words that their power might never enslave us again, and our masters might never awake.
How did Morgrim become involved in all this?
Something has awakened Morag's spirit. Though her body and true power remain trapped in the Source Stone for now, she speaks to Morgrim through projections, as I am speaking to you. Morgrim serves her, a pawn blinded by her promises of rewards and power. The plague was the first step in Morag's return. Each death fed the Queen's power, bringing her closer to a true awakening. Now, Morgrim seeks to claim the words of power the Lord's Alliance has hidden in Castle Never to complete the awakening. If he succeeds, Morag will bring complete and utter devastation to the north.
Somehow I'll stop Morgrim.
You must return to Neverwinter before the city falls. Speak to the one you call Aaron Gend. I will try to meet you there.
As you wish, Adrian. Oh boy, things really are getting very serious now. And it's almost like we delivered everything. With everything in Castle Never, we basically delivered it all right into Morgrim's hands. He breaks into Neverwinter, he'll have everything he needs. The simpler task would have been to bring them elsewhere. It's too late now. Well, let us bring the head of Khoth to this dragon. She will likely be very happy. What is this again? This is white dragon armor, right? Alright, Gorgotha!
I smell blood and something else. Something foul. You have the head of Khoth, the ancient red worm. Give it to me, that I might see the proof of his death with my own eyes.
I am honored to give you the worm's head, mighty Gorgotha. The terror of Khoth has been ended. No longer will his minions raid my lair. The evil power of the ancient worm has been broken. We dragons are loath to part with our treasure hoard, but you have earned your reward. Take this, the premier item of all the treasure I have collected. Great Gorgotha, your hoard is as vast as your might. Surely the lives of your offspring are worth more than this? You are bold, human one, to demand treasure from a dragon in her own lair. But your words are true enough, and I suppose the honorable thing to do would be to give you something more. Take this ring. Its power may be of some use to you, but you would be wise not to press me further. My scales may be hued with golden virtue, but my temper is still that of a dragon. I thank you for this generous gift, mighty Gorgotha. Now, my little hero, is there anything else I can do for you? No, I'll be going now. Then go with my blessing, human creature. I cannot thank you enough for slaying Khoth and preserving my eggs. +4 ring of protection, and an unidentified belt. Very interesting. We have two things that need identifying. And we will be sure to get them identified. And in fact, well, we could run all the way back. I'm fairly certain that there's not going to be anything else of any interest here. So I'm just going to teleport back. It's no big deal. Because from here, we can get these things identified and sell all this other stuff, and then report in, as must be done.
Hey, I'll tell you.
First, what is this belt? Ceremonial Uthgard belt. In an attempt to keep the thriving Uthgard clans under control, a long-forgotten gathering of druids inflicted them with a virulent pox. This disease soon spread out of control, and far from curbing their numbers, actually threatened their extinction. To maintain the balance, these same druids created a number of these ceremonial belts to ensure the survival of the clan's leaders. Ultimately, the Youth Guard survived the plague, though the incident did not improve their opinion of outsiders. Immunity to death magic and disease, and a fortitude saving throw. And this armor, red dragon armor. Nothing excites awe and envy like a suit of red dragon armor, but such notoriety also has its downside. These suits are magnets for thieves, and worse, they draw the attention of vengeful dragons wherever the owner travels. Plus 5 armor bonus in addition to the normal amount, 80% weight reduction, and fire resistance. And the white dragon armor is actually plus 6 plus 3. This is 8 plus 5. That's another 4. Sure, we lose out on a bit of the fire dragon armor, but it is so much better. I'm not going to use the ceremonial Uthgard belt, but the rest of this loot we're also going to sell. We did very nicely. Now we wear some very mighty armor. Excellent. I have a feeling some of these things are not actually useful. Okay, get rid of the ritual book, get rid of that, get rid of the Tome of the Ring, get rid of the cultist journal, get rid of the notes, get rid of the note. I don't think we need the rags, so get rid of them. The belladonna, maybe. Yeah, put that belladonna in there so we just have it, just in case. Alright. Now, we need to report it to Aaron Gant. Saving game. That's good. Alright, Aaron, we have to report in.
I have just received the latest reports from the battlefield, and things are grim. The walls of Neverwinter have been breached, and the Lord's Alliance has retreated to Castle Never under the onslaught. Erebeth, with her intimate knowledge of our strategies, crushes our forces in every encounter. Half the city is under the control of her Luskan forces. And what of your mission? Have you found the success our troops have not?
Yes, I have another of the words of power here.
Finally, some good news. And not a moment too soon. Even now, I am preparing to leave for Castle Neverwinter, to help ensure the words I sent there for safekeeping are not captured by Erebeth. I might as well open my coffers to you before we go. The money was meant to fund the defense of the city, and you seem to have done more for that cause than anyone else. Better I give the funds to you than let the Luskan forces loot them. Whatever awaits us, I just want to tell you that I have been proud to serve at your side. I have 5,000 gold pieces here. Take it. You have truly earned it. And there is more where that came from. If you accompany me to Neverwinter, to aid in defending the city. The Lord's Alliance desperately needs someone such as you.
You wouldn't happen to have any spare magical equipment that might prove useful in defense of Neverwinter, would you?
All our weapons and armor have been sent to the battlefronts, unfortunately. The only thing I have left are these potions. I was going to give them to my most trusted operatives to use in their efforts to defend Neverwinter. Now that I think about it, however, you could probably make better use of them.
Potions of heal, very useful, thank you.
Time grows short. We must return to Castle Never to defend its walls and the words of power within from Erebeth and Malkuth. We will leave right now if you are ready.
I am ready.
I only hope we are not too late.
The words of power, the tools of a creator race. Hadraline spoke of them as though they could shape worlds, and perhaps they had. With these in hand, victory would not be far behind, or so it was thought. While Erengend searched for the ancient relics, Morgrim's army pressed their attacks against Neverwinter. Their dark magics and sheer numbers soon overwhelmed the defenders. The betrayer, Erebeth, was at the forefront when the walls were breached. The words of power, once thought safe within Castle Never, were in danger of falling to the enemy. And behind the invasion, an even greater evil, Morag, Queen of the Old Ones, had awoken.
Things are very ominous. We are at the end, the final period we have. This is the final module. We have much to deal with. We will speak with Nasher, Aaron, and Dalen in the next episode. And only Dalen. He is the only one who has accompanied us. But that'll be in the next episode, so until then, I'm Chestic44, that is Ken Daniels and Dalen Red Tiger. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, and I shall see you all next time.